Good morning. It is Friday, the 22nd of May, the 6th day of my pine oil, no processed foods cleanse. I had to come on today to tell you I'm not craving sugar anymore. I'm not craving sugar anymore. So I must have tackled the sugar desiring parasite that has been in my body for years. That really was the goal, to get rid of the sugar cravings, because they were getting pretty bad. So, no dairy, no processed foods, just fruits and vegetables. A lot of juicing. I'm doing the celery juice in the morning. The medical medium celery juice helps to get rid of the parasites. The crystals in the celery juice, tear them up, tear them down, help get rid of them. So I've been doing the celery juice for almost every day for 2 months. 16 ounces with nothing else. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So I feel great. My energy's good. My head's clear. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, for those of you who are still tackling addictions of one nature or of another, I mean anything, whether it's cigarettes or sugar or relationships. Of course, I would have to probably say bad relationships, because just relationships is not an issue. It's when they're unhealthy that they become a problem, right? In these uncertain times, of course, trying to figure out the path that best suits you, trying to be in harmony with your heart, with your passion, with your desire, with Creator, with the purpose that you came down here to fulfill. That's a whole nother story, right? I'm working on that myself. That's why I'm here. My direction is to keep doing it even though I'm not there. You don't need to see another polished, perfect, already did it anybody, right? And then again, why would you need to see somebody who hasn't? Well, I may not be exactly where I want to be, but I've certainly tackled a lot of it. Let's face it, addictions are huge, and they'll stop you at every turn. If you have a sugar or food addiction, processed food addiction, then you probably have a weight problem. If you have a weight problem, you probably have depression. You're probably not exercising. I mean, there's so much. So, shopping addiction, there's another one. Okay. So, my intention and my purpose here is, for one, to say if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm serious. I have been, I would say, battling addictions for 40 years. If not, since before I left my parents' house. Since I was in grade school. Do you know that some kid brought me cross tops when I was in elementary school? And I became part of a paper route thing, so I would show up at the place, the garage, to wrap newspapers, put the rubber band on them, roll them, and put the rubber band on them so the paper boy could take them out. And yeah, somebody in there turned me on to cross tops. I was very, very, very young. Elementary school. And that was, that was the beginning. And I would say I can't think of an addiction that I didn't have, and that I haven't overcome. I mean, it's just crazy just even hearing myself say it. I've overcome them all. And to the people in my life who watched me go through this, they know it was no small task. But I don't need anybody to know. All I know is I know that it was time. It was time. But you know, the universe will tap you on the soul too. I was not even being tapped anymore. I was being bowled over by my choices, by the obvious ramifications of my choices, and the perceived absolute outcome and path if I did not change it consciously. And so I did, even though no one else did. You know, I absolutely did it alone. And let me just say, I didn't want to do it alone. I wanted to do it with my mate. I wanted to do it with my boyfriend. But he was not, it was not his time. And so when I woke up, I did not know I was waking up. I did not know what was happening. Let's see, how am I doing on time? Good, 6 minutes. I didn't know I was waking up. I didn't know what was happening to me. I knew that something otherworldly and supernatural was happening because the things that were happening had never happened to me before. And of course, people around me wanted to blame it on drugs, but what it was my ESP, my extrasensory perceptions, my other perceptions, other dimensions were collapsing in on me. I was, what did they say? And there will be those who will see what has always been there. See what has always been there. We have always had non-physicals around us. Always, apparently. But I was unaware. And there's still plenty of people who think I'm crazy still today. But that's okay. I know the truth of what I know. I know what I've been through. I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm more sane and lucid than a whole lot of people I know that have never done a drug. So, if you're new to waking up, which would be why you're here, it's supposed to, I guess it's supposed to be confusing. I was confused. I couldn't get any answers. I didn't know what was going on. So if you have any questions, put them in the box. Any comments, questions, I will answer them. I will also put an email. If it's very private, email me. Even put a phone number if you want to talk. If I can help, I will. If I can save you, anyone, one person, if I can help you stay awake and not turn back. The minutia, the amount of information out there is devastatingly overwhelming. Trying to figure out the truth from the lies. Listen to your president. He told you it was fake news. He knows what he's talking about. Listen to your president. I'm not endorsing the president. I'm just saying I already knew it was fake news. A lot of us already knew it was fake news. A lot of us haven't been watching for a long time. We're not watching it now. We didn't watch it last year. I didn't watch it 10 years ago. And I do believe that's part of why I woke up. If I hadn't been on the fray, out in the outskirts of society, with a lot of time to myself to think my own thoughts and pay attention to what was going on and see what was going on, not be so caught up in money and job and running here to there, I never would have. Well, I can't say that. It would have been a very different process, okay? Because the awakenings and the things that I came to know that set me on the path that I went on had a lot to do with what I noticed when I had time. When I had time to pay attention to what was going on. There were things going on that, well, my first thought was, how can this be going on in America? I'm an American. an American, as if that entitled me to some sort of state of beingness that was not susceptible to other forces. Forces other than the ones that I wanted to have anything to do with me. So, all that to say, now, okay, you might want to check into star seeds. What I was going to say is conspiracy theories. For me, getting into them got me in trouble. It brought attention to me that I did not want, in a way that I did not want. I wanted to get help for the animals that I found were being exposed to a battery of just not good things. And so, of course I went to the authorities, and all it got me was harassed. So, if you're a starseed and that's what you came here for, and your purpose is to shine the light on that, then shine the light as big and bright as you're supposed to. As big and bright as you're called to. Wow. Well, it's had a revelation. Okay, so, but for now, if you've just woken up and you're barely holding it together anyway, and you're noticing all this stuff, I would suggest that you not give it a lot of attention. Focus on what you do want, not what you don't want, because whatever you give your attention to will grow. So, if you're noticing conspiracy theories, you're noticing things you don't like, you're noticing that things aren't the way you thought they were, please do yourself a favor. Until you're strong enough, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Focus on creating a life that can sustain you, so that you can then go out and help more people. Become an example so that you can then help more people. Maybe all you'll ever be is just an example, and that's enough. Maybe that's all I'll ever be. The point is, focusing on that didn't get me anywhere good, okay? Unless this is good. I'm here to try and help anyone. Not give all the attention and energy to the things that they don't want. Okay? You came here as a powerful creator with the intention of sifting and sorting through the contrast, the things that you want, the things that you don't want, and choosing the things that you want, not focusing on the things that you don't want, starting groups about them. So, it's a gorgeous day outside here in sunny Southern California. And it's time for me to stop. That's long enough. 13 minutes. All right, you guys, I love you. Ask questions. Have a great day. Focus on what you want. Namaste.